Do you need some energy to get through the day without relying on coffee? I got just the thing for you. It's called Neuro, and I'm partnering up with them for today's video. Neuro has gum and mints to energize, calm, and focus when you need it. They were developed by former athletes who were training at the highest level and simply didn't want to take any mysterious supplements or energy drinks when studying, training, or even going out. Instead of something sugary and ineffective, they wanted to create clean and balanced energy that could be taken anytime and anywhere. Their energy and focus formula is specially formulated with natural caffeine, theanine, and B vitamins to sustain the mental endurance necessary to maintain your focus. Their calm and clarity formula is expertly developed with GABA, vitamin D3, and L-theanine to optimize composure and clarity of mind. Their health and vitality formula is specially infused with life-enhancing, immune-boosting vitamins to help strengthen and support your body. What makes Neuro different? Neuro's gone through dozens of formulations, process, and tests to ensure that each gum and mint they make delivers on their promise of getting you in the right state at the right time. Unlike other heat-extruded gum and mints, Neuro's products are created using cold compression technology, which maintains each ingredient's bioavailability. Neuro is a clean boost of energy without the jitters of coffee or an energy drink. With so many challenges and demands, it can be really hard to stay focused, and Neuro does a great job of keeping you calm, cool, and collected. Stress, fatigue, lack of focus can all impact decision-making abilities. Recently, I had been feeling sluggish and have been distracted with everything going on in my life. These Neuro mints, however, have allowed me to stay on task and have stayed calm, cool, collected, as well as alert, and I've been able to change my approach and focus on the task at hand. Go to my sponsor link now down below, tryneurogum.com/JKB to enjoy energy, calm, and focus whenever you need it. All right. What's up, guys? Welcome back. I just recorded the Downtown Rams episode that most of you just saw, I would imagine. And now I'm ready to do another Q&A, trying to continue on with the live streams and everything. You know, I just really want to get back into this. And so Q&A time, baby. Give me your best shot. We had some fun stuff last time. I'll be making clips, so your question and yourself, you might be featured in the next JE Live clip. So yeah, come at me, man. You know, I was asked last time. What was the last time? I was asked what would be a good movie to remake, or what would I remake? And then I was asked about Spider-Man, all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, we're here. We're going to hang out for the next hour or so. So, what's up, Exotic? It's going well. It's going well. Can't complain, right? Can't complain. William, how's it going? Hey, Jake, a lot of chatter about Puka coming out of camps. Did you read Jordan's article? What are your thoughts? So I've been really busy, so I've not read Jordan's article yet. I heard all the buzz is coming out of OTAs. I think really we got to temper our expectations with Puka, and I think I'm going to come out with a video kind of stating, you know, my thoughts on that. I think in the past we've been burned, right? So you have guys like, you know, Van Jefferson, Tavon Austin. I mean, we've heard it all, right? We've heard it all from guys like, you know, that were going to come out like Chris Garrett and just, oh, they're looking really good. I need to see more, okay? I need to see more, not just preseason. We need to see in the regular season. You know, I mean, we saw with Lance McCutcheon. He looked great in the preseason. Push comes to shove, he doesn't really do anything in the regular season last year. Same thing with, you know, Jacob Harris. So I've just learned to kind of temper my expectations. It's nice to be excited and feel good, but at the end of the day, he's a late fifth rounder, you know, in a wide receiver room that has, you know, guaranteed Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson, Ben Skoranek, Tutu Atwell, and probably Tyler Johnson ahead of him. So, you know, I think he definitely makes the roster as the sixth guy, but I'm just not expecting this big season that some people are. So, William, I don't know what your opinion is on that. I think it's definitely good that he's looking, good and getting praise, but I'm definitely tempering my expectations with that one there. Benji, how's it going? Jake, have you scouting prospects for the Lakers with the 17th pick? So I have not. I really would advise them to go after Jalen Wilson. Look, their time is running out. LeBron wants to win a ring now. Jalen Wilson, I'm biased. I get it. Kansas in the back. Was runner-up basically for National Player of the Year only because Zach Edey, with his 7'5" frame, just bullied everybody until the tournament. But when I see what Jalen brings, he's somebody that can help you defensively. He's somebody that can attack the paint. He's somebody that can help you in the post. He's around, I don't know if he's truly 6'8". Probably without shoes he's not, but was listed as 6'8" at KU. 20 points per game type of guy. Got better with his long range shooting. He needs to get a little bit better, I would assume, for this offense. But, I think that, at the end of the day, I think he'd be a great addition. I also have seen Derek Lively as an option, the Duke power forward / center. That would be nice to have somebody to kind of develop. But aside from that, I really haven't done a ton of research into those guys. I see someone asking about Grady Dick. Oh, Benji, you're asking about Grady Dick. Love Grady Dick, right? Would have loved if he stayed another year at KU, which I feel like he needs. Right now, I feel like he's just a volume shooter, spot up type of guy. He's not a super uber athletic guy. He's not Christian Brown. At the end of the day, I think Christian Brown has the athleticism that people are going to want Grady Dick to have. And we've already seen that in the NBA Finals with the Nuggets. So Grady Dick is somebody, he's going to work in this day and age in the NBA because of, just the high priority emphasis on moving away from the long 2-pointers in the mid-range game and more of the, the 3-point game. But Dick will not be there at pick 17. He's probably going to be in the top 10 because somebody is going to fall in love with that quick release. And so they're going to try to find ways to use him. And so I do not expect the Lakers to get a chance to even grab him at number 17. They'd have to trade up. And I mean, by all accounts, he works. Like if they need shooting, it might be worth the trade up, but he might go 8th. I don't know how conducive that would be to winning basketball to trade up and get him at 8. I think there are probably better players that can help you right away, but he has a chance potential wise to be really, really good. I just think he could have used another year of college to kind of season his game. You hear what Jalen Ramsey said. So I heard he got misquoted, I guess, in like what he was asked. Some people were saying how Jalen said this is the best defense he's ever been around. I heard others saying that he was asked a different question and that's what, was listed or whatever. I'm not really sure, but I think anyway, it's hype season, guys. I don't read too much into it. I don't think Jalen is trying to disrespect anybody. I think at the end of the day, it's hype season. He's trying to get pumped up. He's trying to get people pumped up for the defense. He's feeling good about the defense. It's where he's currently located. He's moved on from the Rams. I mean, at the end of the day, like when you look at the Rams defense in that Super Bowl, the way they neutralized Joe Burrow, the way they neutralized Joe Mixon and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd and so forth, the way they neutralized that offense, that's one of the best defenses that have played, in the Super Bowl. So I don't think he's trying to throw shade at the Rams. I think he's just trying to get people hyped up. And I think it's a combination of getting people hyped up. It's hype seasons, the cycle, whatever. But at the same time, he is probably getting misquoted. I don't really trust too much coming out at this point in time. So, that's kind of my thought process on that. Thank you for the question. Appreciate that. Good to hear. I think D-Hop or Zeke would be game changers on the Rams. I don't really see the appeal. First off, I don't think Ezekiel Elliott is better than Cam Akers, and I think he would just be taking away snaps from guys like Zach Evans and guys like Kyron Williams. So I wouldn't really be a fan of Zeke Elliott. I don't feel like he really diversifies the running back room. He's slow. I'm just not really a big fan of him, and I don't see why he would want to sign with the Rams when at this point this is title time. If you're Zeke Elliott, you're getting close. You know, you might be 27, 28 years old, but you got the body of a 32-year-old running back. Like, it might be time to call it quits soon. So you might want to get with a contender. I don't think the Rams make any sense there, even though I think the Rams are going to make the playoffs, could win a playoff game. I don't look at them as a de facto Super Bowl contender. So it didn't make sense for Elliott. And then DeAndre Hopkins, it's the same thing. Would he be nice? Sure. Personally, I don't like DeAndre Hopkins. I just don't like him. We know, the whole 6-game suspension, 7-game suspension, whatever. But also the fact is that, I mean, this guy wants to go where he wants to go. He's already said he wants to play with Josh Allen or Justin Herbert or, Jalen Hurts or whatever. Like, he's already listed his names that he wants to play with, and the Rams were not on that list. He doesn't want to play with the Rams. This is not the Super Bowl Rams. This is the Rams coming back from a down year and then deciding to do a remodel after that said season. So I do not see DeAndre Hopkins having any interest in the Rams. Would they be game changers on the Rams? I think Hopkins would make the wide receiver room really good. I don't think Elliott would move the needle at all. I think Elliott's overrated, and he wore a Dallas Cowboy star in his helmet, so I think it kind of bought him some years. But, let's be honest. The last 2.5 years, Tony Pollard's been the better running back, and, that's why they let him go. Let's see. Willie, how's it going? Who's the starting kickoff punt return for the LA Rams? So no idea on this one on who they'll name. I just think, in my personal opinion, I would go with Jason Taylor II. But that's who I personally would go with. I haven't heard anything of the sort of who's going to be the return guy. And you're not really going to hear that, in OTAs. It's more like training camp when they start working on that. But right now, organized team activities, they're not really focusing on stuff like that right now. So at least it's not out to the public. So I don't really know how to answer that, unfortunately. Yeah, that's true. The new fair catcher. Kyrie needs to F off, LOL. He's like an annoying housefly. Yeah, Kyrie is kind of annoying. I used to really like him, and look, like the whole Lakers thing, I don't even want him on the Lakers, but then coming out and like, oh yeah, we're going to try to get LeBron to go to the Mavs. He's not going to the Mavericks. All right, let me just say this right now. LeBron didn't go to the Lakers to just go there to win a title. Like, listen to me when I say LeBron James isn't just a Laker because he wanted to win titles. He went to the Lakers fully knowing that they weren't going to be able to compete right away, okay? And they didn't right away. So that's the thing. Like, they had to make a move, and it worked out, but LeBron knew what he was getting himself into. It's about LeBron James. He went to LA for multiple reasons. He's a basketball historian. He loves history. He loves legacy. He did actually care about being in that Lakers organization, playing in that organization. That's real, okay? I don't think he's BSing when he says that. He did care about being with the Lakers, wearing that uniform and so forth. But one thing that kind of goes under the radar, and it shouldn't, is that LeBron James is the first billionaire athlete, right? LeBron James went to Los Angeles more than he went to the Lakers. And I'm a Laker fan, and I love LeBron. But let's be honest here. LeBron went to LA to further his brand, set himself up after basketball, and that's what he's been doing. He's got a studio. I've seen it. He's got a little studio, a little building set up on the lot at Warner Brothers. Okay, I went right by it on the tour. He's out there for a reason. So like when I hear, oh, he might go to the Mavericks, no, that doesn't make any effing sense. Why would he go to the Mavericks? The Mavericks, it doesn't matter if they're close to winning a title, and they're not, because newsflash, they didn't make the playoffs. But just the idea of like, oh, he's just going to leave AD to go play with Kyrie because he won a title with Kyrie. Well, I think that the important thing to remember here is that he also won a title with AD, and he was just 4 wins away from getting to the NBA Finals again with AD. So the idea that, oh, well, he's had success with Kyrie Irving doesn't matter. I see that all the time, and I'm like, I just don't think people get it. Then my favorite thing about LeBron James' rhetoric is that he's going to leave the Lakers high and dry. LeBron isn't leaving the Lakers. Not this year. I hear, where is he going to play? The Los Angeles Lakers? Guys, he's under contract. So unless the Lakers trade him and get Luka Doncic straight up, he's not getting traded. He's not going anywhere. He's not a free agent. He's completely under contract. Then next year, he has a player option. We know where that goes. He's going to opt out, and maybe he signs another deal. Maybe he doesn't. He goes and plays with his son, and his son's a one and done, and so forth. If his son decides to stay in school, which he probably should, because I don't think Bronny is a one and done at all. So say he stays in 2 years, whatever, then LeBron can go back. But LeBron James is going to be a Laker this year, and he's not retiring, so it's going to happen. This idea that, like, LeBron James is out the door, what are the Lakers going to do? Well, this is what the Lakers are going to do. They're going to have number 6 on their team in their lineup because LeBron James isn't going anywhere. Not this year. Maybe next year, but not this year. So that is probably the most annoying piece of rhetoric that I constantly hear about the Lakers. Oh, LeBron this, LeBron that. It's not coming from Lakers fans because they know what they're talking about. It's coming from people who don't like the Lakers and people who don't like LeBron and people that are ignorant and don't know how the whole thing's going. But that's basically that. If you wanted to understand that whole situation, LeBron James, under contract, went to LA because it wasn't just for his career, but his post-career. He's set up in Los Angeles. His son now goes to school at USC. So why would he up and leave and go to Dallas now? Does not make any sense. And he's not trying to get rid of, he's not trying to get rid of Anthony Davis. I don't know why that keeps getting spread around, but it's not true. So, in conclusion here, because I don't want to go too hard on this, because I was asked, but yeah, Kyrie is just trying to set himself up for something. I don't know what it is. I think he's probably just trying to double down and be like, hey, I want to stay with the Mavs and I'll try to get LeBron. Should that be considered tampering? I honestly think it should. LeBron's under contract. I don't think he should be allowed to talk about that. I don't think that should ever have gotten out, but that's the way the NBA is. Everyone wants to play with their best friend. It does not matter. There's no loyalty. So there you go. Exactly. Tempered expectations will lead to frustration if all Puka hype fizzles out once the season starts. No way to predict what kind of role he's going to have, especially with LaFleur. Yeah. I mean, now, I could be wrong about Puka Nacua. Just like there were probably people wrong about Stephon Diggs. I mean, Diggs was a 5th round pick, right? And I don't think people thought Stephon Diggs would be a top 5 receiver at age 27 or whatever, but he is. He's a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL right now. And so, arguably, you could say, maybe outside by a little bit. But the point is, like, there's no way to know, but I will say, and I'll be doing a video on this, because I did a little project. Let's just be honest here. The best season that has come since, I don't know, let's say 2016, the best season from a 5th round wide receiver has arguably, actually not arguably, very clearly been Giants wide receiver Darius Slayton. His rookie year, he had 48 receptions for 740 yards and 8 touchdowns. We don't know. Maybe Puka does that. I don't think he's that type of receiver, though, and so I'm tempering my expectations. And like I said, if he gets more than 10, not 10, if he gets more than 20 receptions, I'll genuinely be shocked. Either that or there have been a lot of injuries. So, how's it going, GOAT? Well, fullback position is pretty much dead, so I don't think he's going to make the team. But that's just me. Yeah, they will. Always will. And it's funny how that works, right? It doesn't matter if it's sports, politics, if it's, entertainment, movies, TV. The media always twist words. So, I mean, that's just how it will always be. It's sad, but That's just the way it is. They want to get clicks. I get it. I mean, it's hard to get clicks nowadays, right? Monty Brown, appreciate you. Salute Jake, just supporting the grind, my brother. Really appreciate you. That really does support me, really does help me out. It's very tough these next 2 months. We'll have content, but this is where it gets tough. And when you're doing this for a living, it gets really tough. And it gets really tough because, you know, everything you put out doesn't necessarily mean it's going to generate views. And if it doesn't generate views, doesn't get good watch time, doesn't get good click-through rate, you know, then you could really kill your channel. And so, yeah, I've been through this now a few times. This part in the season is my least favorite, but it really shows like the people that are diehards on this network, this channel. They stick out like a damn sore thumb because this is the dead part of the season. When you're talking about the dead part, it is June, July. Then we have training camp in August and things start to ramp up and views start to go up. But June and July, brutal, man. Absolutely brutal. You know, I was trying to look back because I'm like, how the hell did I get through it the last few years? And I was just looking back my videos and I was just like, I didn't really pick up on anything. It was just like I had the same pattern. I did Q&As and whatnot. But, you know, we didn't really blow up in terms of views, just keeping it up. But, you know, yeah, no, again, really appreciate the 5, man. Appreciate your support. And we're going to try to keep rolling through this. How do you feel about Jared Goff thing with Dan Campbell saying he's better than on the Lions than the Rams? So this was interesting today. This is a little bit of news and a dead period, if you will. Dan Campbell comes out and says, you know, Jared Goff is better now than he was with the Rams. Now, is he wrong? Is he right? I mean, here's the thing, okay? The stats would probably say he is wrong to a degree. And the reason I say that is you look back and you're like, okay, 29 touchdowns, 7 interceptions last year, did a really nice job. 65.1 completion percentage, 4,438 yards. So the body of work there, passer rating of 99.3. Are any of those a career high? Well, let's look. And also 9-8. So any of those career high? Well, let's see. 65.1 is lower than the year prior in Detroit and the year prior in Los Angeles, 67 and 67.2. He does have a career high in Detroit. 2021, he had 67.2 completion percentage. His yards for a season, his career high was back in 2018, and then 2019 is his second highest. Touchdowns, he had a career high in 2018. Interceptions, he's tied for a career low in 2017. And then his passer rating was in the hundreds in 2017 and 18 and has not been since. So are we talking statistically better? Because if that's the case, I would push back and say that it's just not true. At least I don't think you can say that, but you're as good as your last game, right? And Jared Goff's last game in LA versus now with Detroit, Jared Goff's a better quarterback now in Detroit than he was his last game in LA. I think that's definitely fair to say, right? His last game against the Packers, valiant effort. They lose. I thought he played well despite the fact that Bobby Evans was a turnstile of an offensive lineman and got him killed multiple times in that game. But when you look at Jared Goff and the body of work, the way he ends the Rams' tenure there, you know, that's who he is. Yeah, he's better in Detroit than he was the way he finished with the Rams. However, his best year, I would say, without question, is 2018. 2018, he throws for 32 touchdowns. He has a career high passing yards, right? 12 interceptions. I don't give a damn. Shoot or shoot, right? 101.1 passer rating, career high. Like, this was Jared Goff's 4 fourth quarter comebacks, 4 game-winning drives, career high. He had 3 this past year, which was second. Pro Bowler, all of that, right? I understand people are getting excited about Jared Goff. I understand it. But I don't necessarily agree with the idea that he's better now than he ever was in LA, because I don't think that's true. I think Jared Goff in 2018 was turning into a legitimate franchise quarterback and legitimately looking like a top quarterback in the NFL. And now you could say, okay, the way he ended the Rams, that's fair. But let's see what happens in year 3. I think keeping Ben Johnson's a big deal. Now, here's another argument that you can make about the Jared Goff thing, okay? Jared Goff is a better quarterback now than he was when he was putting up those numbers in 2018. Just as a pure quarterback, no strings attached to any of the stats or anything. And the reason for that is because Jared Goff had more help with Sean McVay. He was talking in his ear, and that's not happening now. Well, my pushback would be Jared Goff has Ben Johnson. And I keep hearing how Ben Johnson is the greatest thing since sliced bread. Okay. He's one of the best offensive coordinators in football. He would have been a head coach easily, but didn't want to leave. So which is it? Because that's where I kind of push back and say Goff, in all likelihood, at 28 is the best Goff that we've seen. From a pure quarterback, having all of that body of work, playing in a Super Bowl, playing in multiple playoff games, having 13 career game-winning drives and 11 comebacks. In some capacity, Jared Goff now is better than he's ever been. I think that's a fair assessment. But at the same time, Jared Goff didn't just have his best season. That was 2018. So, I'm probably over analyzing that, but I think that there are people taking it out of context. Jared Goff is also 12-18-1 with the Lions. He was 42-27-0 with the Rams. I mean, again, quarterback wins is not everything, but I don't know if I agree with the idea that Jared Goff wasn't developed in LA. Because he was, because before that, he had 5 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He was 0-7. He had a 54.6 completion percentage and barely over 1,000 yards in 7 games. He was a train wreck. 63.6 passer rating. So I've been seeing Dan Campbell and company have developed him, and the Rams gave up on his development. And my thing is, did they give up on his development? They gave him a contract. He wasn't playing. There's a significant drop-off with Jared Goff's statistical output. So he goes from 5-7 with a 63.6 passer rating without McVay. The moment McVay enters his life, he goes 11-4. He ups his completion percentage from 54.6 to 62.1. He throws 3,800 yards, 28 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and has over 100 passer rating. That's the moment Sean McVay walks into Jared Goff's world. The next year in 2018, 13-3, they go to the Super Bowl, 32 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and he has an even better passer rating in that year. Then 2019, things get a little bit tight. They lose some guys in the offseason. They have some injuries on the offensive line. Things aren't great anymore, right? They're not bad, but they're not great. So Jared Goff has a 22 touchdown, 16 interception season in which he has a passer rating of 86.5. Then the next year, okay, this is just not the same quarterback. You go from 8 yards per pass, 8.4 yards per pass to down to 7.2 in 2020. The completion percentage went up because he wasn't throwing deep down the field as much. 20 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. Then in 2021, his first year with the Lions, 19 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He had a 90 passer rating in 2020, a 91.5 passer rating in 2021, and then he goes up to a 99.3 in 2022. So let's not act like the Lions cracked the code. Jared Goff, at one point we were talking about him being one of the top quarterbacks up and coming. So, it's not like, no, Sean McVay failed. He didn't develop him. It's not that at all. That's a common misconception here. It's just not true. But is he better right now than he was when he was with the Rams? The last time we saw him? Absolutely. That's absolutely fair. So I've hit on a lot of that, so we're going to end that. But yeah, it's not hating on Jared Goff. I just kind of get a little annoyed with the whole, McVay didn't really develop him. I'm like, what do you want McVay to do? Because at the end of the day, Goff was throwing to Sammy Watkins, Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee, Brandon Cooks, Josh Reynolds. He had Todd Gurley, who was the most dominant offensive player from 2017 and 18. Okay. Like, he had weapons. He had the offensive line of the year in 2018. So, like, I'm not trying to hate. I'm just like, he went from 0-7, 54 completion percentage, 5-7, 5 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and a 63 passer rating, to then immediately going to the playoffs, being a good quarterback. Yeah, sorry, not blaming Sean McVay in the slightest for Goff. So I'll end it with that. And by the way, I like Dan Campbell, and I have nothing against the Lions, so don't take it as if this was hate towards Dan Campbell. It was more so what came after the Dan Campbell comments. Like, what were the comments after? Oh, Sean McVay didn't develop him. The Lions have figured it out. Lions haven't figured anything out. Jared Goff right now, like, statistically, has not had a better season than he had in 2018 and arguably 2017. So it's not like they cracked this code when now all of a sudden Jared Goff is Patrick Mahomes. That's not what happened. He's not Aaron Rodgers. They figured out how to get him out of the 28 touchdowns and 13 interceptions and the 7.2 yards per attempt, but he's not like, it's not like he reached this level that, oh my God, we've never seen him on this level. Like, go back and watch the game against the Vikings, week 4, Thursday night football in 2018. That's one of the most perfect games I've ever seen a quarterback play. And I've never seen Goff look that good with the Lions, period. So we can say Goff from a learning perspective, what's the word I'm looking for? Experience perspective. He's better today than he was yesterday. That's fine. But I've never seen Jared Goff look as good as he did week 4 in the 2018 season. In some of those games, the game against Kansas City, have you seen Goff look better than that with the Lions? No, he hasn't. So, okay. Anyway, moving on. Even though Floyd is gone, I still wish him success with the Bills. Bills got a steal. What, $7.5 million? I mean, my God. Also, shout out to the Los Angeles Bills, or, the Buffalo Rams. How about that? So Brandon Beane didn't want to be the Rams, but then goes out and gets 5 Rams in the offseason. I mean, that is just next level impressive. I don't want to be the Rams, but I'm going to go and get Taylor Rapp. I'm going to go and get David Edwards. And, I'm going to go and, get every player I want. I mean, man, I didn't see that one coming. Traven Howard, Leonard Floyd, went out and got Von Miller. Let's not forget that. It's funny, man. It is really funny. I'm not even hating. I think it's a funny thing. Let's see. Space Jam 2 stinks. Yeah, I'll probably never watch that. It's not really for me. It don't make sense why the Lakers would let LeBron go to the Mavs. No. Unless they're getting Doncic, it's not happening, period. And I don't know why the Mavs would do that. You get 1 year, 2 years of LeBron, the greatest player who ever lived, in my opinion. So you can move away from 25-year-old Luka Doncic. I just don't think there are better trade packages out there if you're going to move a guy like Doncic. The Colts gambling situation is horrible. I'm one of those people, I believe in second chances, but I do think that the NFL needs to make an example out of these guys so it doesn't happen. Like, hey, we have a no tolerance policy about this. And my thing is, to a degree, is it kind of weird? Is it kind of sketch? Like, why is it that the NFL is so against sports betting if it's not on the NFL? But they're not against sports betting. They're against you sports betting on NFL soil. If you are at the team, you're on a team plane, you're at a team party, you're at the team facility, you're in the cold tub, you're in the hot tub, you're in the locker room, you don't need to be betting on anything. Like, know the policy. And that's what gets me. It's like, I want to side with them because I'm like, yeah, it's kind of dumb. Like, oh, I can't bet on the NBA even though I work in the NFL. Like, what are you trying to, why can't I do that? Are they connected? Like, what are you insinuating? But no, it's stupid because it's literally in their handbook. It is a policy. They're not saying you can't bet on sports. I mean, think about this. If you work in DFS, if you work in Prize Picks, if you work at, Underdog Fantasy, you can't bet on those. You can't. The NFL actually lets you still bet on sports, just not at the facility. You can't bet on the NFL, but you can bet on the NBA, just not at their facility. So at the end of the day, that's incredibly dumb. How do you get in trouble for that? It's just stupid. And then, like, speculation and stuff, but apparently so-and-so bet on their own team. Like, no. There are already precedents out there, right, to support what I'm saying in regards to sports betting. Like, Pete Rose isn't going to be in the Hall of Fame ever because of it. Shoeless Joe Jackson, point shaving. Like, they're already precedents set. You don't need to make these. It's so stupid to make a mistake that someone has already made to show you why you should not make it. That's the stupid thing. But yet, people continue to act like idiots. So, I don't know. Sounds about right. When is he not? He cannot trade himself. You are absolutely right there. I think Kyren Williams is in for a decent season, maybe over 500 total yards, I think. Rushing and receiving. Third down back, go-to third down back. I could see that. Yep, you can say that again. I loved that Thursday night game. What's up, Isaac? That's true. I agree with that. Oof. That's brutal. Pretty much. And like I said, it's hype season, so I don't look too much into that. Even though I had a long rant about it, but it was more so content because I will be cooking up, clips and such. That's hilarious. Not even gonna lie. That's hilarious. That's definitely fair. Oh yeah, I screenshotted that. That was funny. Hey Rams house. I've been well. You know, again, it's been a matter of just trying to find a way to make content and keep people engaged and keep people coming. This is the dead period. Like if you can't tell, this is the dead period. So you got to get by it, you got to get through it, you got to keep people engaged while you're trying to get through it and so forth. So yeah. Appreciate you, Rams House TV. I got Rams House and Rams House TV in here. People act like Goff can't play, period, or are lacking brain cells. Consistency was always his issue. If he can eliminate his consistency, throw dumb pick six plays, play like the Chiefs game, he's gold. Yeah, I think it was just a matter of confidence with Jared Goff. I mean, he had all the confidence in the world when McVay came in. He was on top of the world. He went from 0-7 to immediately winning what? 24 out of 31 regular season games the next two seasons, and then they lose in the Super Bowl. And now all of a sudden, I mean, his world kind of came crashing down. He gets the contract, sure, but because he got the contract, now they don't have money to pay other guys. So then 2019 hits, they lose, guys in free agency and so forth. They can't keep everybody. They lose guys on the offensive line, so they lose depth. And now all of a sudden the team is weaker. And then 2020 happens. In 2020, they're a better team. The defense is phenomenal. But Jared Goff is a little shell-shocked. And you could see it. And he didn't feel comfortable throwing the ball deep down the field anymore. And it really hurt the offense. It kept them extremely easy to telegraph, to figure out, to game plan against, and all sorts of stuff. So he had to get over that. And then he goes to Detroit, and Ben Johnson's kind of brought him back to where he was as far as wanting to throw the ball past the line of scrimmage. Because I mean, I don't know what happened, but man, he got really shell shocked to the point where he was spooked and didn't want to throw past the line of scrimmage. I mean, I don't know why, but yeah. What's up, Michael? Oh yeah, Saffold. Yep. Well, Saffold isn't with the Bills anymore, but I know what you mean. Game 3, I'm going to go, now that it's going back to Miami, I'm going to go with Miami. I think they take a 2-1 lead. Likewise. I think it's going to be, I kind of have a feeling they're going to go with Bruss and Avila, and they're going to have Shelton as the backup. The problem is you run the risk. At the end of the day, you run the risk. If you put your backup center at right guard and both your right guard and your center get hurt, now you're at your third string center. We saw that last year. I don't think the Rams can afford that. If Coleman Shelton is the better player than Brian Allen and you feel like you have to get him on the field, play him over Brian Allen. There you go. Like that, it's all figured out at that point. You don't have to worry about anything. Don't try to beat around the bush and be like, no. If that's the case, then go right at him, right? Like just put him right there at center. Don't beat around the bush and be like, no. Just do it. Like that's where I'm at that point. So, yeah. Yeah, I think betting is, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say it's stupid. I think that to a degree, I get it. If you make that much money, then I think it's just about having fun at that point. I don't think it's really about the money, but. So I might make a video on that to see if it makes sense to go after Chase Young. I think you guys would watch it. It's a dead period. I know I've said this a lot, but I am trying to push away from just being a Rams channel. We'll constantly have Rams content, but I am trying to push away from being a Rams channel. But this Q&A, like the Q&As will go exactly how you guys want it to go. So the other night we were talking about like a bunch of movies and stuff. That's how the Q&A went. Tonight, this has been a sports related one. I don't care what we do. I just want to interact with you guys, right? So, Thoughts on Shannon leaving. I cannot even talk. I don't know why. Thoughts on Shannon leaving Undisputed if you watch that show. Frankie Too Sweaty, appreciate you for leaving a comment. Yeah, I think that show was already hard to watch in itself. Shannon Sharp, I think, puts in more work than given credit for, and I'm glad he left the show. Skip Bayless seems like an incredibly toxic person to work with, and I'll be honest with you, I think that show is absolutely going to suck without Shannon Sharp, and I don't know why Skip Bayless is on TV. Here's my thing. I give you the challenge. I'm going to challenge you, okay? Instead of watching those shows, right? Instead of watching First Take or whatever, watch YouTube. Now, I don't mean just me, I don't mean just Pat McAfee. Like, YouTube is the second best search engine on the web. Number one is Google. Well, guess what? Guess who owns YouTube? Google does. So it's the second best search engine. So if I want to look up something, say, I don't know, what do I look up? Let's say, what's good content? Let's look up LeBron James, right? Let's see. So what do we get from LeBron James? Well, we have to sift through all of this, mainstream BS because that's just the way it is, right? But you could get to pop culture here. Oh, that's interesting. There's GD's highlights, right? There are different things out there. Like giving shout out to certain channels, like Underdog Fantasy is out there. They do good work if you want football content. Believe, the Believe Network, the Believe channel, YouTube channel, constantly. If you want more content, the Believe channel is all over there, right? I'd rather watch those stuff, give credit to those. You know how people say you vote with your own dollar? You know how people want to support local businesses? Look at it like this. You're supporting local businesses by supporting the smaller YouTubers instead of supporting these idiots on, whatever talk show on the mainstream who are just going to yell and just say, it's my turn. I told you it was my turn. It's my turn. And I'm not even exaggerating when I say that's exactly how Skip Bayless sounded when Shannon Sharp was there. Okay? That's what people are watching. That's really getting millions of views. That is shit. Okay? I like to give people credit. I like to people, I like fellow content creators. I'm going to be honest with you. That is shit. That is not real content. So try supporting like smaller content creators instead of watching that hogwash, that garbage. Okay. I'm not saying that guys like Stephen A. Smith are like that. Okay. I'm not saying everybody is like that, but guys like Skip Bayless are. He has no idea what he's talking about. He just wants to get a rise out of you. That's why he tweets stupid shit. So you'll go up and you'll share it. It's bullshit. It's nonsensical bullshit. And honestly, if it wasn't sports and it was, more so politics, I would be just under the impression that is entirely out there to dumb down our IQ. But no, it's just absolutely stupid. And they think you're that dumb. It's not even this crazy ploy to dumb down your IQ. No. This dude literally thinks, this guy literally thinks that he is putting out good content and that he has you by the balls. Go watch Pat McAfee. Is he mainstream? Yeah, he's mainstream. But guess what? He still gives you that YouTube flavor. I could give you guys, there are guys in this channel right now, Rams House TV. If you're a Rams fan, go check him out. Rams House, go check him out, right? My friend Jarrett Bailey, he puts out stuff. Go check him out. There are guys on this, like Brett Coleman. You could find so many. Like I said, the Believe Network, we have like all sorts of shows on the Believe Network. We're on TV as well. Our content is much better. It's not just rah yelling, BS this, BS that, Skip Bayless whining, crying, all that bullshit. No, it's not. Like I said, just search. Like if you search right now on YouTube, obviously you'd be leaving this, but if you just search and you go after and you look and you actually want to target yourself instead of being targeted, by those big mainstream companies and whatnot, then I assure you will be happier. Because the people that are upset and they're bitching all the time and moaning about, oh, I can't believe Skip Bayless said this on Twitter. Dude, you're making it happen. You're making it happen by tweeting out Skip Bayless. You're making it happen. He is now being spread like a virus on the internet, on Twitter. And look, he's paid his dues. I almost want to give him credit. I almost do. But I see these people that work way harder. And they don't sit there and they go, it's my turn. Or they don't sit there and they bully their former player colleague because, God forbid, he's saying that Tom Brady isn't the GOAT, or he's saying that he is the GOAT and he's not playing well. So that's where I'm at. I think if anything, because I've gotten edgier. If you guys haven't noticed, I was more happy-go-lucky. Oh, it's nice to be here. Appreciate you guys. And don't get me wrong, I am very thankful for you. But you also need an edge in this industry, right? You can't take shit. I mean, that's the same with anything, right? Don't take no shit. You can't let people walk all over you. But as I've continued to work my ass off and watched other people in the industry work their ass off, including my fellow co-hosts, whether it was Alexis Kraft or it's Blaine Grisak or it's Cam Lynch, I watch these people work hard. Okay? I'm surrounded by hardworking people. My peers, I watch them work hard. They're constantly putting out videos. They're spending 2 hours recording and getting 5 effing views. But they're doing it every single week consistently, and they're giving you more info than Skip Bayless can even have in his freaking cranium. And those people aren't generating what they should be. And so I've thought about it. And I want to say I respect anybody that's putting in work as a fellow content creator. I respect the game. But I don't. I'm over the whole, I'm just going to BS my way through it. Bro, I get it. You have to cover all the sports. I do give you credit for that. And it's not just the Skip Bayless attack. It's others. It's others out there. Look, I have 27 people live right now. I don't care. I know I deserve more. Should have 1,000 in here. I think what we do here is great. I think I have a great community. And it's dead right now in the NFL period. So predominantly an NFL channel. Not expecting to have a ton of people in here. It's just the way it is. It's also 11:56 on the East Coast. I'm from the East Coast, so I get it. I feel like I should have more people in here. Absolutely. Does that make me weird? So be it. But my thing is, I see it every day. Like, I always hear, support your local kennel. Support your local burger joint. Support local businesses. Okay. Then why can't we all just have a walkout and start supporting these small YouTubers? And I'm not just saying me. Because that's where the real content is. You want to know why you have to ask me about certain things? Because the mainstream isn't giving it to you. I would be shocked. I'd be absolutely shocked if anyone on those talk shows even knew who the Lakers' sixth man was. I'd be shocked if anyone on those talk shows even knew who Puka Nacua was. And we've been talking about him for weeks. It's just gotten to that point, man, that I'm going to be more vocal about it. I'm going to be more edgy about it because I want to push a movement. Tom Grossi, for instance, shout out to him. He's doing this 30 for 30, 30 stadiums in 30 days. And, just shout out to what Tom's doing. He's raising a ton of money for charity. And I just wanted to give him, some praise here because he's somebody, we kind of do similar content. He's more comedic. He's also way funnier than I am. It's just the way it is. So he does a lot of those, those comedic videos. And he's like his own person, but the guy also knows what he's doing. And he's entertaining. He's more entertaining than most people you'll find on TV. Just because they're on TV does not mean that they're entertaining. Hell, let's be honest here. Politicians, they have way more Twitter followers than you. They're on TV more than you. They're all crooks, right? I mean, why are they on TV? Why do they have more Twitter followers than you? What do they contribute to society? If there was a Madden overall rating or a PFF grade for politicians, they'd all be near the bottom. They'd have like a 50. And yet they're people that idolize those people who don't give a rat's ass about us. So, yeah. I think, I don't even know where this came from. I think you asked me about my thoughts. I like Shannon Sharpe. I liked how he talked after the Rams beat the Niners. I like Shannon Sharpe, and I hope he finds a spot because I thought that was total BS. Now, is Shannon Sharpe also part of the problem? To a degree, yes. But I respect him. And I think the whole thing with Shannon is that what did it for me was watching a fellow coworker just completely disregard your career and just disrespect you on live television that was a new low. Like, I don't know why I keep seeing, LaShawn McCoy wants to be here. Joy Taylor. Why would anyone want to work with Skip Bayless after that? He doesn't give a shit about you. He liked Shannon, and then when Shannon started ascending over him, he got jealous. So then he started taking pot shots at him. We saw it. So yeah. I mean, that's just where I'm at. My head's at. I think those shows are stupid. I get it. They make a lot of money because, well, let's be honest here. They can get anybody to watch. They can just say your favorite quarterback is trash, and now all of a sudden they've got your attention. I just let that shit go one ear and out the other, right? Anyway, it's a long rant. I'll probably clip that, maybe cut out a few things that I probably shouldn't have said, but whatever. At this point, I don't care. I'm going to get to where I need to go, and whether that's soon or not soon, I don't know. But I know things are going to work out, so I don't really care. I've gotten to that point too where I do not care what other people think about me, because if I did, then I wouldn't talk so loosely like this. Appreciate you guys sticking through that rant. Okay. What's up, Kareem? You just finished watching the DR roster projection. Hope you enjoyed it, man. That was fun to record. Thanks, Rams House TV. How was Infinity Pool or Megan? Oh God. How was Infinity Pool? Whew. It's not a horror movie. It's like, how do I approach this? It's like a hedonistic, sadistic cult movie. I didn't like it. I did not like it. I really like Mia Goth. I really like Alexander Skarsgård. I think they're two, she's a great actress. He's a great actor. It's very sexual. So fair warning. Don't watch that with anybody you don't want to be in an awkward position with. It's overtly. It's really trippy because for whatever reason, we have to put flashing lights. By the way, I don't remember there being any warnings for, people who experience seizures and, have epileptic, shock or whatever in regards to those flashing lights. I didn't see any trigger warning, but man, I'll tell you right now, I don't have that. Okay, I'm lucky, and I feel for people that do, because of bullshit like this. Because I turn on that movie, and man, it's all over. It's just like, it's like a disco, but not really. It's like a nightclub. It's like constant flashing lights and everything, and I'm sitting there like, man, there was no trigger warning for this, and I don't normally have an issue with this, but I am actually having eye sores. So I had to look away at certain moments because of it. The concept, I get it, but guys, I got to tell you, I'm getting kind of tired of the commentary. Okay, I'm getting tired of commentary. I understand, art is art, right? It is. I appreciate it, and I think what's cool is like what I get to do on my live streams is I get to shout my favorite band, my favorite team, maybe my dog. That's because it's my art. I get to shout out what I want. And that's kind of the same thing as, a lot of those, projects, right? TV, movies, etc. Because the creator can shout out what they want. They can bring attention to what they want. They can, base something off of whatever type of commentary they want. Well, the commentary, it's a little, it kind of overshadows the movie. And that's why I say it's not that I'm against it, but I feel like the whole idea of a whole movie being just a giant social commentary about some sort of topic, just to me, it needs to be done right, because if it's not done right, it overshadows the actual movie. And then I don't know why I was watching this. So in conclusion, because I was asked, Infinity Pool is just weird. I did not like it. I watched all the way through. I'm not one of those people that just stops what I'm watching, but it's gruesome. Like I said, overtly, hedonistic and, cult and all that. I don't know. I say give it a watch if you're into that type of stuff. If you like Ari Aster films, give it a watch. It's not by Ari Aster, but it kind of had the Ari Aster vibe to it. It wasn't a horror movie. It was like, I don't know. It just didn't feel like a horror movie. Maybe because I didn't really care about the characters. I don't know. They're not really redeemable in my opinion. I don't know. I didn't really like it. Wouldn't recommend it in my opinion. I watched Ghosted, which I would recommend, and I watched it Evil Dead Rise, which I also would recommend if you like horror. But aside from that, yeah, I didn't like Infinity Pool. It would be my least favorite film of the year, except Inside with Willem Dafoe, who I love Willem Dafoe. But Inside was just another one of those commentaries, man. It was another one of those commentaries, kind of religious-based commentary. And I got to tell you, I just don't like those films. I'm not saying all commentaries are bad. If you ever seen Mother with Jennifer Lawrence, that is quite the freaking commentary. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. There's too much to it. So yeah, those are my least favorite films of the year. I've been watching a lot of Succession. I don't know if you guys are into that. I know that there are a lot of people that are into it, and I am on season 3. I love it. It's one of my favorite shows I've ever seen, and I just started it. So, I know it's loosely based on the Murdoch family or whatever it was said to be, and I definitely see the resemblance there, and I don't know. I'm really enjoying it. I think HBO rarely misses on those type of shows and feels like almost like a modern day realistic Game of Thrones. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but through 3.5 seasons, I would say that's how I feel. All right, let's move on. I'm boring you guys. I can already see people leaving. Tisk, tisk. Just kidding, of course. The dead period is so tough content-wise. You really don't understand the struggle if you don't make content. So hard to keep people engaged when there's not much content to cover. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Ram's House, it basically becomes you have to make content. You have to create a narrative. You have to create rhetoric. You have to start something, right? And so, I think that was a big thing for me because, in doing the Off the Edge show with Cam and doing NFL talk, while we're doing that, we do want to talk about the latest NFL news, but we're like, you know what? This is a time, man. This is a dead period. This is the time to get into, doing these positional rankings. And I do them every year, but it's been different this year. It's been a lot of fun, doing a show for the positional rankings. We just did the defensive linemen. We're going to be doing edge tomorrow. So we've been doing a lot of that, and it's been a lot of fun. And, I think after that, then we're going to kind of figure it out. I'm thinking on that show, we'll probably start interviewing people from different teams and doing team previews. I'll probably start doing team previews of my own on this live stream. Again, live stream, JE Live does not necessarily mean Rams. It doesn't necessarily mean football. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. Q&A means everything. So whoever, whatever, questions I get, I will answer, and you guys are pretty much molding the show. Just know, if you say certain things, I have a lot of opinions about stuff. And as you can see, if you bring up first take or whatever, first things first or undisputed, I definitely had a lot to say about that. So yeah, very tough, very, very tough. Especially this is my full-time job. So it can be really hard to kind of navigate through that. I'd bring back Todd Gurley for 3 more years. Prime Todd Gurley right now, because I think prime Todd Gurley with Stafford, I think they could win a Super Bowl with prime Todd Gurley. I really believe that. He was the most dominant offensive player from 2017-18. I don't think anybody can really deny it. Tom Brady won the award because he's a quarterback and his name is Tom Brady, but he was not the MVP. Todd Gurley was MVP in 2017. And really, it was Carson Wentz until he got hurt. So, it was one of those, it's Tom Brady. It's the GOAT. Got to give him, the award. But no, Todd Gurley was absolutely deserving of the MVP that year. No question about it. It's so true. A lot of fake news. Yeah, I hear you. Yes, I believe Van Jefferson will be starting next Cooper Kupp for sure. I'll watch YouTube and listen to podcasts on Spotify way better than the scripted sports shows that are meant to stir up controversy. Absolutely. Absolutely. And by the way, that they totally ignore. Well, this is funny. So they're, the company that, apparently is having the Stanley Cup final on their network, it doesn't even as soon as the NHL guys are gone, they don't even talk about NHL. Being an NHL fan and a Vegas Knights fan, this team is 2 games away from winning their first ever Stanley Cup since their inception. They're a new team, relatively new, within, the last 6 years. And they're not even talking about him. As soon as the NHL guys are off, it's they don't matter. It's the NBA. It's LeBron James. Coming from a Laker fan, they're still talking about LeBron James. They're still talking about the Lakers. They're talking about the NBA. They're talking about the NFL. They're talking about Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. They're talking to just constantly bringing up Tom Brady for no reason. I mean, it's the same stuff all the time. And then baseball, it's oh God. I mean, who knows what coverage you're going to get there. I love the highlights. If you notice when they show highlights, that's why you got to watch MLB Network. Because if you don't watch MLB Network, here are the highlights. 1 home run, and then they tell you this is how the game went. While they're showing you the scoreboard and wrapping up. That's how quickly the highlights for an MLB game is. They'll show you 1 home run, and it doesn't tell you the story at all about the game. NHL, they'll show you the last goal of the game. They might even show you an empty netter that doesn't have anything to, it could be a 5-2 game and they'll show you the empty netter. Oh, thank you. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, what's funny is Cam and I's show is considered a debate show. That's, I know that's shocking. Cameron Lynch and I, our NFL show Off the Edge is considered a debate show. It is classified as an NFL daily debate show. But we're civilized. So people probably look at that and they're like, that's not a debate show. Yeah, that's what debate's supposed to look like. It's supposed to be a civilized debate. It's not supposed to be yelling and saying, it's my turn. I told you it's my turn. I mean, how old is, am I older than Skip Bayless? How old is he? Does he have that weird, disease where he's actually 10, but he looks like he's 50. I don't know. I still cannot believe a grown man on national television acted like that. And they write these shows. So does it say act like a toddler? Is that right on the script? Like when they're reading off the teleprompter, is they're like, all right, Skip, now act like a toddler. Like what invoked that? That behavior. Ugh. Good God. Anyway, enough about that. God, I could go on all day. Speaking of Brockers, Jake, do you think if he retires, we could bring him in as a coach alongside the new coaches we got? Yeah. I mean, I'm sure, they'd consider it. Geeks. Kevin, excited. I'm going to need another word. I'm going to need another word to describe how much I want to play Spider-Man 2. Like the whatever, Marvel Spider-Man 2, whatever they're calling it. The Spider-Man 2 game on PS5. I cannot freaking wait to play that. I will be streaming the hell out of that game. I already can tell it's going to be maybe my all-time favorite game. I absolutely love it. What they're doing with it and what we don't even know about it. I cannot wait for that game. That's the best. Yeah, support random creators. It was cool. So I watched a random creator years ago. Started watching him, and then he just blew up. Like one day, like you see the come up, right? Like you're watching his videos and you're like, all right, this guy's like a smaller creator, but like he's got a good camera, he's got good, good microphone. I like what he says. All of a sudden, he blew up one day, just absolutely took off. It's really cool to see that type of stuff. Preach, Jake. Let them geeks know, Jake. Preach, Jake. Thanks, guys. Yeah, after you've watched Believe in Rams, DTR, Off the Edge, and if you're still starving for football content, watch Greenlight Pod, Chris Long, Raw Room, Coach Darren Bates, and New Heights, Kelsey Bros. Oh, fun fact, if you guys didn't know, the Raw Room was actually the guy who kind of created that was Cameron Lynch. Yeah. He backed out, but yeah, that was one of his babies before we started going, the Raw Room. So, yeah. Funny. He was telling me about that. He got that thing started. I will. I will clip that out. I'm assuming people are going to want to see it. So, yeah. It's my turn. You told me it was my turn. Good God, man. I mean, good. Like I said, good God. I probably say that more than anything now. That's one of the Jake-isms of my language. Like, I use a MacBook Pro, and when I get the pinwheel, good God. First thing that comes out of my mind, I don't even know what it means. What does good God mean? It's the equivalent of like, oh my God, I would assume, but I don't even know where it came from, but I say it all the time. Yeah. Hold up, Jake is cooking. Yeah, Grossi Posse, yeah. That's okay, yeah. Shannon is funny. Shannon was egging on Skip. That was also funny. It does feel like Stafford I thought the hate would go away when he won a Super Bowl, but no, the hate escalated when he won the Super Bowl. Oh, interesting. Yep. Oh, God, awful. Jake Ross speaking his mind. Yeah, you know it. Appreciate it. Another clip coming up here. Just outside of the top 10. I actually have that list in front of me. I don't know why, but it's right here. All right, so outside of the top 10 defensive line, I had DJ Reader, I had Kenny Clark, Dayron Payne, Jonathan Allen, and Vita Vea. Good question. I have them keeping 2. I know, it's crazy. Good God, man. There it is again. Good God. I'll say that till I'm dead and cold. And I'll still probably be saying it too. I'll be haunting you with good God. Yeah, let's talk about something else. Although I think it's been over an hour. Okay, good. Funny. For those the OGs in here, I had looked back at my live streams and I was like, all right, what did I do? Because I'm just trying to get ideas, man. I don't know how I'm getting through this. I never know how I'm getting through this time in the season. I had plans, yes, but at least this time last year, where is it? This is what I put out this time last year. Rams draft talk, Cardinals demise, multiverse of madness. Rams schedule prediction, why the Sony Spider-Verse is terrible. Oh, that wasn't the Spider-Verse, so to speak. It was probably the Sony-verse, what I meant to say, because I'm sorry, I don't care about the memes, man. I'm going to tell you right now, the Morbius movie is just not good. It's not. It's not good. It's not a good movie. And coming out with El Muerto, who's this side effing character, not a good move. Sony just, aside from the Spider-Verse movies, their live action universe just doesn't make any sense. Morbius, Craven movie, why? It's just, I don't know. I don't like it. I really don't. We'll see what ends up happening, Madam Web. But yeah, I still can say I've maintained my opinion on that. JE Live Late Night Tuesday Q&A. Sounds like this one. 1.1K views streamed 1 year ago. Is Rams superstar Aaron Donald really going to retire? Streamed 1 year ago. Aaron Donald signs record-breaking deal with Rams. Streamed 11 months ago. Rams, things that annoy me. Ultraman, JE Live, the iconic JE Live. That got 1,000 views. Holy hell. And that was 11 months ago. My God, man. The Ultraman live stream. I know the OGs in here are losing their minds right now over the Ultraman live stream. Ultraman. Oh my God. What do you mean by changes their names again, Jordan? I believe Sony is still holding on to the Aunt May film low key. Who would care about that? Oh, the Commanders. Yeah. So, oh my God, you just reminded me. Let me just look up the thing real quick, because I just want to make sure it's accurate when I'm talking about it. All right. This is... All right. So, let me get this straight. Washington, by the way, thank God for this new ownership, because hopefully they're not going to do stupid shit like this. This is literally what, this is what a Dan Snyder Washington team would do. Washington changed the name of their team twice. The first one was Washington Football Team, which the sad thing is I actually think that's a good name now based on the fact that we know what the other option is. But it gets funnier because the second one, their new name, the Washington Commanders, yeah, they changed their name without ever, filing to trademark Washington Commanders. They didn't trademark their goddamn name. They're a professional sports team, and they didn't trademark their name. I mean, it's one thing if you're a small business, you don't have the money, okay. Trust me, I dealt with the trademark office. The thing is just it's such a hassle. I feel like I lost so much money, and I don't feel like I gained anything. So I get it. But you're the Washington Commanders. You are in the NFL. How do you... Good God. Oh my Lord. I mean, the Washington Commanders have experienced plenty of upheaval in recent years. The team has changed its name twice since 2020, finally settling on its new identity prior to the 2022 NFL season. There's just one problem. The team doesn't own a trademark on the term Washington Commanders. Washington filed to trademark the word, but it was denied by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office on May 18th. So essentially, they didn't beforehand make sure they had the rights to their name. They didn't go out and they didn't trademark their name. So essentially, they decide, you know what? We're just going to do it. We're just going to wing it. Hope it doesn't happen. And now it was declined. So Washington essentially doesn't have the rights to their own name. Now, that's hilarious. Like, we're talking a professional football team in one of the biggest, I mean, let's be honest, it's part of one of the biggest leagues, one of the biggest businesses in all of the world. The NFL is massive. And they don't have a proper trademark on their name. Like I said, it's one thing if I don't have a JE Live trademark, right? It's one thing if I don't have JE Live. It's another to not have the Washington Commanders trademarked. I mean, good God. I don't know, man. I don't know. I do not know, but I think it's hilarious, and wow. It's just a sign that whoever is the head honcho over there wasn't doing a very good job. Man, I don't even know. Any updates on Ultraman? I have no idea. If they're gonna make a remake, I mean, they made a effing show on or movie or whatever the hell on Disney Plus about hot Cheetos or whatever the hell they are. So, I mean, at this point, I don't know. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that for a second? Because so Disney Plus made a hot Cheetos project, Flamin' Hot, and okay. I haven't looked too much into this, but Eva Longoria is directing it. I have a lot of respect for her, but what the hell, Eva? What the hell is this? Richard Montanez, the son of a Mexican immigrant, was a janitor at Frito-Lay when he came up with the idea for Flamin' Hot Cheetos. His creation, inspired by his flavors of his community, revitalizes Frito-Lay and disrupts the food industry. Now, that's cool. Okay? That's cool. I'm all for that. That story, that's a cool story, right? Triumph. Didn't know about that. But at the end of the day, the optics show that you came up with, because Hollywood is so out of ideas, we're making movies about Cheetos. I mean, look, it's a cool concept. Janitor at Frito-Lay, he comes up with the idea of Flamin' Hot Cheetos. But this is what? Sorry, I don't mean to be insensitive, but this is really where we're at now. We're coming up with movies about Cheetos. We're trying to make a third Speed movie. There's going to be, because we don't want to, there's going to be one more Fast and Furious movie that we don't need. Nope, just kidding. It's going to be 3 parts. Well, what the hell for? Why is it going to be 3 parts? Who needs more Fast and Furious? It was about driving in the first movie. Now I'm pretty sure they're trying to stop the freaking space shuttles. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Elon Musk is the antagonist in the next film and they're trying to stop Starlink. I mean, now, I understand that I like the MCU. I've talked about remaking stuff, right? But I don't mind remakes if you have a reason to remake it. And what I mean is, let's talk about it. Have you guys seen the show Bel Air? See, that's not a remake of Fresh Prince. What it is, it's a reimagined version of Fresh Prince. Think about it like this, okay? So I have some content out there that I've taken other content and I've added to it, right? Those highlight videos, okay? I don't watch highlights, I watch tape. But highlights are digestible on the YouTube Shorts feed. So for my college, my college prospect YouTube Shorts, I took college prospect highlights, but I added value to it. I added value to it by talking over it, and essentially on top of showing those highlights, I'm giving a scouting report, a 1-minute scouting report. You have to add value. So apply this to the same thing. If you have Fresh Prince of Bel Air and, you want to remake it, add value to it. Don't remake the same damn thing. Add something to it. So a reimagined version, call it Bel Air, make it more dramatized, make it a little dark. And there you go. You gotta have a good TV show because those characters are fun. I mean, Fresh Prince is awesome, but Bel Air has massive potential. I love it. Cannot wait for the next season. That's what we need to be doing. We got to stop just directly remaking. The one thing you directly remake is Nightmare on Elm Street because the effects. You could make Freddy Krueger a freaking badass with the effects today that you couldn't in the 80s. I'm okay with that. You want to remake that? Fine. But we don't need to remake these car movies, these car scene movies. Do you know what the worst part of an action movie is? I don't care what anyone tells you, they're wrong. I'm right on this. The car chase scenes. Car chase scenes are awful. They're just time eaters. What is the point of a car chase scene? Shaky cam. Who likes that? Come on, no one likes that. Let's be honest here. Car chase scenes are boring after the first 2 minutes. No one likes that. I want to see close quarter combat. I want to see CQC. I want to see James Bond trying to jump out of a plane. I don't want to see him getting chased by a car. That's the least James Bond thing possible. And then you throw Michael Bay in there and he's like, oh, I think this movie that's been completely pristine needs a bunch of explosions and car chase scenes for no apparent reason. Nolan, you're absolutely right. We don't need car chase scenes every which way. I want to see John Wick beat the crap out of people. I don't want to see John Wick running away from people in a car. Why would I want to see that? It's John Wick. John Wick is the Grim Reaper. Think about this. You take Goku and Vegeta in Dragon Ball versus Frieza, and you have them run away from Frieza. Frieza tries to kill them with his death beam or his death ball or whatever, and they're just flying away. Is that fun? Would you enjoy that? Like, for real? Like, is that entertaining? How about against Thanos? You have Iron Man and Doctor Strange fighting Thanos in Infinity War. Instead of them fighting him, how about they just get in a spaceship and run away and get chased by Thanos? Who the hell would think that would be fun? That would ruin the movie. Like, who would want that? That'd be stupid as hell. So yeah, car chase scenes are the worst in TV. Well, they're worse scenes, but car chase scenes are tired. They're overdone. They take too long. They're time wasters. They're basically there for directors who obsess over the time that a movie's going to take. So if the movie might take, say, 2 hours and 50 minutes, you can bet your ass if they want 3 hours in there, they're going to put a freaking 15-minute car chase scene for no reason. They're the worst. The moment you grow up, you realize, one, that is annoying. Don't fly in my face. The moment you grow up, you realize, one, car chase scenes are annoying as hell, and two, that Mary Jane Watson is not a good person. Yes, I tweeted that out, but thought I should mention that. Let's see here. I'm sure I got a lot of you guys. Good God. I hate the media gurks. I don't have the spirit of James Brown. I just have neuro mints running through my veins. If you guys want the energy that I have right now, which I don't even know where it came from, except I do because I had these, then you should check this out. Promo code. It's also in the description. And it'll be at the end, so you won't miss it. We don't need a Flamin' Hot origin story. Like, I don't want to, I don't want to sound insensitive, but I agree with you. Like, we don't need it. And there's no way, because the fact that that's coming out, or it already it's coming out in 2 days. The fact that Flamin' Hot is coming out in 2 days just goes to show me this was greenlit way before Bob Iger got there. Because Bob Iger, if they pitched this to him, he would have been like, oh, hell no. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Car chase scenes in Batman, like Batman has a Batmobile. He has the Bat Pod, which, by the way, the Bat motorcycle, aka the Bat Pod, is better than the Batmobile. I hate to break it to you. I don't make the rules, but it's better. It is. You can't tell me the Bat Pod in those movies aren't better than the Batmobile. Batmobile is like bulky and obnoxious. It's a giant tank. Like, it's kind of cool for a little bit, but the Bat Pod, having the way it maneuvers and everything, that's by far the best. Period. No doubt about it. I always loved that when I was a kid. I'm not a motorcycle fan at all. I prefer cars, but the Bat Pod absolutely is the best one. No doubt about it. Yeah, again, back to what I was saying with Bob Iger. No, I think I'll let this one go through because they already spent X amount of dollars on it to make it. But yeah. Good God, a movie about Cheetos. WTF. Yeah, that's why I'm not trying to be insensitive. Like, I know it's, Wait, Fast and Furious needs to go to the moon, Jason? I thought they already went to the moon. I thought they've already fought the Transformers at this point. I'm just wondering when they're going to run into Thanos, or when they're going to go into the multiverse and all of a sudden you'll have whoever the hell the dude that always says family, played by Vin Diesel, will literally come across Vin Diesel in Guardians of the Galaxy playing Groot. I'm at that point where it would not shock me if just out of the blue we had Fast and the Furious multiverse. I just would not be shocked at all. At this point, you could do it. You got John Cena in there. He could come across Peacemaker, right? You got all sorts of people in there. One thing I find funny is that one, the side, one of the actresses, one of the star actresses, I'll look her up right now. But it's funny to me because she came out and said that the MCU, why couldn't you just have her on there? I don't, why couldn't she have just been on the front? Michelle Rodriguez. All right. She plays Letty. I'll be honest with you. I saw the first one years ago and I don't remember it. It was that meaningless for me. Okay. So this is essentially, this is Michelle Rodriguez. She basically says that they need to stop making the same Marvel movies. They're always about the same thing. She said that in an interview or whatever. Now, I have nothing against her personally, but how ignorant How ignorant could you sound? You can't be a part of the Fast and Furious franchise and have been in all the movies, and then at the same mouth that you're speaking out of say, well, I don't know. They need to stop making all these superhero movies, man. They're all the same thing. Everybody's getting a movie. Why are they making 10 of your movies? I mean, you get the award for the most meaningless series. We don't need 10 of these Fast and Furious movies. They're ridiculous. They're absolutely ridiculous. Like MCU, like, you know what they're doing? All these same movies. Let's look at like what the MCU's put out. Let's look at MCU history, just so I have it in front of me so I could read it off what the MCU's doing, since they're constantly just putting out the same movies. Oh man, the MCU is the same freaking thing over and over again, except for the fact that it's not, because they have the Guardians of the Galaxy, which was a D-list comic book that most of us didn't even know about, and they turned into a trilogy that was one of the best trilogies in the entire series. They made Doctor Strange relevant in the modern day. They have multiple Spider-Man movies. They introduced Black Panther. Then unfortunately they lost Chadwick Boseman and, you know, had another Black Panther movie made that took a completely different tone. They have Ant-Man. They're literally getting us to spend money at the movie theater on Ant-Man. Okay? They're like, they created Ant-Man. They made Ant-Man relevant, right, in the MCU. They have the Thor movies. They have Captain Marvel. They have Black Widow, right? They have a multiverse movie with Doctor Strange in it. They made a freaking Shang-Chi movie and we all went and saw it. They made an Eternals movie and we thought it was not very good because we've seen all of these at this point and we were just probably sick and tired of like, okay, like, yeah, this is new and everything, but this is a little out there. It gave us no background. Made the Avengers movies. We've had, what, 3-4 Avengers movies? You know, let's be honest here, okay? They're constantly adding more backstory. And I hear like the movies, like they call TV shows movies. The Loki TV series is better than anything in the history of Fast and Furious. So good God to you. I'm not trying to overuse that, but I think it's so funny now that you guys keep putting that in there. That is a Jakeism, man. I say good God way too much, man. I don't know where it came from. I think it started this year, but you know, good God, they're haters. It's funny, man. It really is funny. Yeah, so the new Transformer movie is a reboot. I don't know why. I'm interested in it. Don't know why, but you know. Let's see. You don't like Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible? I haven't seen them all. I only saw the first one. I want to get into that. The Good God stream. What do you mean? She was in Alita Battle Angel. No, I mean, I don't want to trash her, but again, it's like, bro, what are you saying? Like, come on. Oh, God. Oh, God. Good God. There it is again. Don't worry, I will. I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am. You've made my night. These are one of these more, you know, smaller streams, you know, like intimate, have the connection, same mindset and everything. Yeah, I mean, God, Fast and Furious. I'm sure I'd like it if I turned my brain off and everything. I'm sure I'd like it. It's funny though, like going back and looking at these live streams, because, you know, what was it, like Rams, American Psycho, and Frank Vogel firing. What I've found is that I'm pretty consistent. Like exactly a year ago, we were talking about the Rams, American Psycho, and the Lakers. Sounds like right now. Rams, MLB All-Star Game, NBA Draft, Adult Swim. I don't know why we were talking about Adult Swim, but I think it was probably because of the Adult Swim bumps. And you know what I'm talking about, the weird commercials that weren't actually commercials, but they were designed to basically scare the shit out of you as a child if you were staying up past your bedtime. Horrifying. Let's see. Rams OBJ Gaming. Yeah, I will make a good God shirt if you guys buy it. I'm not doing any more merch unless you guys buy it. But no, I'll make you. I'll definitely make a shirt if you guys want. I have a facepalm shirt, which I could put Good God on the facepalm. Would that make sense? Putting Good God on the facepalm? Oh man. Let's see. Rams, Star Wars, Zach Wilson over Trevor Lawrence. Yikes. Rams, Jets, NBA Draft, Kevin Feige. Rams, The Boys, Baker Mayfield, Tutu Atwell. Rams, Jets, USFL, Method Acting. Oh, God. Oh, I remember the Method Acting live stream. We were talking about Jared Leto and forcing people on set to push him in a wheelchair and bring him to the bathroom. We definitely talked about the Method Acting. We 100% talked about that. It was 100% about Morbius and Jared Leto. I would bet all my money on that. No doubt about it. Oh my God. That's hilarious. Rams, Jets, horror movies, public domain. That is 100% about Honey and Blood and Honey. The Winnie the Pooh, when that became public domain and we found out about the horror movie. I'm good at this. Rams, Athletics moving to Vegas. Kyrie Irving opts in. Why did I care if Kyrie Irving opted in? I don't like Kyrie Irving. I don't know. Rams, Jets, Terry McLaurin's extension, and John Wall. John Wall was relevant on June 28th, 2022. On what planet, man? My PSA. No idea what that was, but I probably blew a gasket. Rams as MCU characters. That's cool. MLB Saving Grace. That was definitely an Aaron Judge. That was Aaron Judge. NBA Free Agency, NFL Sunday Ticket, Monopolies. Oh, that was definitely about me ripping DirecTV. No doubt about it. By the way, take it, DirecTV. You lost the NFL package. Friday night Q&A and community game night. Oh my God, we used to play games. That's right. In July, we did game night. We played those party games. You guys remember that? Yeah, I definitely remember that. Quiplash. Jalen Ramsey, overly critical fans, Thor Love and Thunder. Okay, so 7/11/2022. That was definitely last year. That was about me just saying that people hate on things to look cool. I don't know. I think. Matthew Stafford, Las Vegas Raiders, Weddle game. Oh, that's right. We played the Weddle game. Why was I talking about the Las Vegas Raiders on July 12th? What was there to talk about with the Las Vegas Raiders? 56 days until NFL on July 14th. Where will Juan Soto go? Yankees, Dodgers, Mets. None of them. Let's see. Jalen Ramsey on PUP list. Kyler Murray gets massive deal. Oh, God. That's going to be one of the worst deals, I swear. Juan Soto buzz. That's right. This freaking channel became a Juan Soto channel during that time. I got really into baseball and my freaking TikTok blew up. And now it sucks. Has anyone noticed if you try to like post on TikTok, you don't get anywhere near as many views as you used to get because now they've like kind of shut it down for the people that have like millions of followers? I don't know. Seems gate kept now. Rams camp, Jets sign Quan Alexander, MLB trade deadline. Van Jefferson getting surgery, MLB trade deadline. That was August 1st. Van Jefferson potentially ready for week 1. Not even close. Zach Wilson dominates camp and HBO Max fail. What did HBO Max fail? That's interesting. NFL Hall of Fame game watch party. We did that. We did a watch party for the Hall of Fame game, and the Rams weren't in it. That's all right. Interesting. I'm getting ideas through this. So, Matthew Stafford is fine. Stop worrying. Plus, Prey and Bullet Train movie reviews. Okay, August 6th, we were doing movie reviews. And then Rams released 2022 unofficial depth chart. Okay, that came out the next day. Zach Wilson suffers knee injury in preseason. Yankees blow it again. Tatis suspended. Damn. Lance McCutcheon, Bryce Perkins led Rams beat Chargers 29-22. JE Live. Will the Rams keep McCutcheon? Can the Jets win with Joe Flacco? Wow. It's funny looking back at this. How good can Lance McCutcheon be for the Rams? Zach Wilson back for week 1. What stood out to me from the Rams 24-20 loss to the Texans? Rams cut Kendall Blanton. What to make of Logan Bruss's ACL tear and Daniel Hardy's high ankle sprain? I just remember. Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. It was before the whole Max thing. That, oh God, so stupid. Why would you name it Max? I remember I went to a movie, and it might have, come to think of it, it might have been. I think there's a chance that it was Bullet Train, or it wasn't Prey. I saw Prey on Hulu. Oh, 100%. 100% it was about Joey Gallo. The Logan Bruss ACL tear, I was in the movie theater, and I came out and saw that, and I wanted to cry. Yeah, I was not happy about that. Rams Bengals preseason week 3 watch party. We did a watch party during the... Okay, all right. Taking notes, mental notes. Should the Rams bring back Sony Michel plus Jets cut Chris Streveler? Yeah, full disclosure, I don't know if I'm covering the Jets this year. I don't think so as of right now. I got the NFL channel. I don't think so. I mean, I still like them. I still might cover them. I don't know. I'm not going to full-time do it, though. I don't think so. Maybe I will. Who knows? As of right now, I don't think so. Rams cut Jacob Harris. Rams cut Chris Garrett. Wow, those videos did well. Breaking down Rams and Jets 53-man roster cut down. Rams signed Jacob Harris to practice squad. Jets lose 7 to waivers. Rams waiting for OBJ. Zach Wilson might start. Aaron Judge record-breaking pace. And he broke the record. That's right. We had NFL Week 1 game picks on JE Live. That was weird because that JE Live had no fan interaction. It was just a live show. Do you guys remember my week predictions? I like to keep up with that. I thought that could have done well. I liked doing it. I don't know if we're going to be doing that with Off the Edge, so I still might do it. Yeah, the Joey Gallo slander was something. I kind of feel like it's going to be the Jets. You got Aaron Rodgers. They have to do it. They can't deny it. I think it'll be the Jets. If it is the Jets, I might have to keep covering them. That would generate some publicity. Rams signed Rob Havenstein a 3-year extension. That was 8 months ago. Rams Bills watch party. I'll never forget the pit in my stomach during that. That was not fun. Rams versus Bills film room. That did well. That was live. We did a live film room. Oh my God. Wow. I did not even realize that. I'm sure my internet bandwidth was probably about to explode because I'm streaming while also streaming the live. That's a lot. Week 2 game picks. Rams survived 25-point scare to beat the Falcons. Can't forget that. Falcons came back from 25 down. Rams make boatload of moves ahead of Cardinals game. I don't even know who that is. They got... Oh, is that... I don't know who that is. Yeah, I do. They got what's his face? McKinley. They got McKinley and they got the guy from the Browns. He's on their team now. God, I can't remember his name. He's on the team right now. Sean Jolly. There we go. Rams take down Cardinals 20-12 in Arizona. So they moved to 2-1. And boy, we had no idea what was coming. Oh, we did a Rams Falcons JE Live film room. Then we did a Rams Cardinals film room. I think I got just so busy because I had just taken on the new podcast. Because that's the thing. I had just taken on Believe in Rams not long after. And that was new because I didn't give up Downtown Rams. That's right. That's what it was. I couldn't make it all work. Rams get flattened by 49ers 24-9. Cowboys smack Rams 22-10. Are the Rams done with Cam Akers? Rams steamroll Panthers 24-10. 49ers acquire Christian McCaffrey. JE Live went absolutely crazy. That was, wow, okay. Rams showing interest in Brandon Cooks' reunion. That did well. Rams embarrassed by 49ers again, 31-14. Rams quiet deadline isn't a surrender. Yes, it is, you dipshit. Rams aren't done yet with Cam Akers. I was right about that. Late night gaming, that did decently well with Modern Warfare 2. Rams blow it in Tampa 16-13. I cannot remember. I honestly can't remember. Like, that game against the Buccaneers crushed me. That was horrible. Like, they dominated them. The scoreboard didn't indicate that. It was 16-13, but oh my God, man. I cannot even believe we lost that game. That was your debut? Damn. That's really cool. You've been here. You've been on every video since. Appreciate you. I'm glad you found us. You're talking about 7 months ago, Tampa, right? You're not talking about the divisional round. Matthew Stafford could miss first start as a Ram. That was depressing. Rams embarrassed 27-17 plus Cooper Kupp injured. That was great. Rams lost fourth straight in 27-20 loss to the Saints. Rams release of Darrell Henderson means more than you think. Late night gaming again. Injury riddled Rams fight hard in 26-10 loss to the Chiefs. Wow, way to make that sugar coated. Can the Rams take down Seattle? Believe in Rams pod episode 140 live. I don't know what got us to do a live stream, but I don't remember that coming out well. We had the connectivity issues. Rams fumbled a win 27-23 to Seattle. I was furious with that. Oh, man. Could the Rams claim Baker Mayfield? Rams claim Baker Mayfield. That's funny. 8.5K views. Yeah, the Baker fans, 14,000 views. Baker Mayfield leads Rams to epic win. I don't know how many Rams fans were part of those 14,000 views, but I can tell you having Baker Mayfield on the team with that fan base that he has definitely helped my channel. Defending Super Bowl champion Rams eliminated from playoff contention. Yeah, that was just me hating everything because I didn't even put the score like I always do. Yeah, I was pissed. Rams topple Denver 51-14 on Christmas. Rams disappoint in battle for LA 31-10. That was awful. They were in the game and then all of a sudden they're getting blown out. So I don't even know. JE Radio, that was interesting. I tried to do a radio show and I mean, I don't know if it didn't work. I just didn't really, I wasn't consistent with it. I think I did it once. I think I literally did it once. I had plans to do it more and I just didn't do it more. I don't know. It was supposed to be like a morning radio show, live stream, whatever. And I wasn't like consistent with it. So I don't know. Rams robbed in Seattle, finished season 5-12. That was definitely fair to say. Breaking, Sean McVay staying with Rams. Late Night Fire Emblem and Chill. That's that title, man. Wow. Okay. Rams should not trade Jalen Ramsey under any circumstances. They didn't listen to you there, Jake. Will the Rams make another pre-Super Bowl trade? Answer no. Well, I guess they didn't. Rams hire MLF. Rams new offensive line coach. Lakers trade Russell Westbrook. Thomas Bryant and reunite with D'Angelo Russell. Wow. I tried to shove all of that into a title. Rams expected to retain Raheem Morris plus Super Bowl 57 reaction. Rams filling out coaching staff. Is Taylor Lewan a fit for the Rams? Rams release Bobby Wagner. Oh my God. I wanted to break my own knuckles when I saw that. Rams are really blowing this up, aren't they? Yeah, they are, Jake. They are. To a degree. When are the Rams trading Ramsey? Lakers turning a corner. Devils acquire Timo Meyer. I remember when they got Timo Meyer as Devils fan. Yes, I'm also a Vegas fan. I like both teams. I was very happy about that. Lakers were turning a corner, so I was definitely happy about that too. Rams franchise is getting rebooted. I think that was a good way to put it. Do top cornerbacks still matter in the NFL? Future Ram, could Hendon Hooker become the Rams' heir to the quarterback throne? Or WTF, the infamous WTF live stream. Are the Rams making a huge mistake with their offseason plan? Let's see here. Oh, then a football show, which was short-lived because then I got to do an NFL show with Cam. Rams trade all-pro Jalen Ramsey to Miami. 9,000 views. Ramsey to Dolphins, Lakers plus gaming live stream. Back for 2023, Rams bring back Michael Hoyt. Building the greatest 2023 March Madness bracket. Hey, I got to be fair. I had San Diego State in the finals, so I wasn't entirely that far off. Rams re-sign Coleman Shelton. Rams and Odell Beckham Jr. destined for a reunion? ? Nope. Could the Rams trade up in the draft? That did well. That was a good stream. Rams plan is to start. The Rams plan is starting to make 0 sense. The Rams need to draft pass rusher Will McDonald IV. Yeah, but he ends up going, 20 spots before you even get a chance to pick? The Rams are not revamping the O-line, and this is why. Rams draft targets. Can the Lakers win the NBA Finals? MLB plus Q&A. Yeah. I pretty much read all of them that I'm going to. So, yeah, I don't know, man. This has been a fun stream, kind of going down memory lane. This is going to be a bitch to clip and everything. Almost 2 hours. But yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in. If you want as much energy as I had today, you can check out Neuro. They're our sponsor, and you'll see them in a sec. I'm out. You guys take care. I'll see you guys soon. Later, folks. Do you need some energy to get through the day without relying on coffee? I got just the thing for you. It's called Neuro, and I'm partnering up with them for today's video. Neuro has gum and mints to energize, calm, and focus when you need it. They were developed by former athletes who were training at the highest level and simply didn't want to take any mysterious supplements or energy drinks when studying, training, or even going out. Instead of something sugary and ineffective, they wanted to create clean and balanced energy that could be taken anytime and anywhere. Their energy and focus formula is specially formulated with natural caffeine, theanine, and B vitamins to sustain the mental endurance necessary to maintain your focus. Their calm and clarity formula is expertly developed with GABA, vitamin D3, and L-theanine to optimize composure and clarity of mind. Their health and vitality formula is specially infused with life-enhancing, immune-boosting vitamins to help strengthen and support your body. What makes Neuro different? Neuro's gone through dozens of formulations, process, and tests to ensure that each gum and mint they make delivers on their promise of getting you in the right state at the right time. Unlike other heat-extruded gum and mints, Neuro's products are created using cold compression technology, which maintains each ingredient's bioavailability. Neuro is a clean boost of energy without the jitters of coffee or an energy drink. With so many challenges and demands, it can be really hard to stay focused, and Neuro does a great job of keeping you calm, cool, and collected. Stress, fatigue, lack of focus can all impact decision-making abilities. Recently, I had been feeling sluggish and have been distracted with everything going on in my life. These Neuro mints, however, have allowed me to stay on task and have stayed calm, cool, collected, as well as alert, and I've been able to change my approach and focus on the task at hand. Go to my sponsor link now down below, tryneurogum.com/JKB to enjoy energy, calm, and focus whenever you need it.